Hi there, Mrs. Ortiz here, and we are working on Algebra 2, Objective 6 for Unit 2, which is classifying polynomials. So we're going to step away from functions a little bit and understand how we can classify polynomials. Polynomials are functions, so learning how to name them. So this is just a little bit different than what we've been doing with functions up until this point. So I want you to take a minute and pause here with answering the question, how do you classify polynomials? So look ahead, make predictions, or write down what you remember. Okay, so important vocabulary. Classifying polynomials is all about vocabulary, and there are two ways that we are going to classify polynomials. If you look down here, we are going to classify polynomials by the number of terms, and we're going to classify by degrees. So some important vocabulary that we have. First is knowing what a polynomial is. So our first vocab word, a polynomial, is the sum of one or more monomials. Monomial meaning one, with real coefficients and exponents that are whole numbers. And so we'll take a look at what a monomial looks like when we get into the terms here in a few minutes, okay? A polynomial written in standard form has terms that are written in descending order, so descending, going downward, order of degree, or maybe you want to say power. And when we talk about degree and power, we're talking about the exponent. And we'll look at that when we look at these examples down here. The leading coefficient of a polynomial is the number written in front of a variable with the largest exponent. So when we put it in standard form, it will be the very first number you see. Okay, so that vocabulary is going to be very important, and you might want to go back and review that a few times for understanding how to classify polynomials. So like I said, there are two ways to classify polynomials. You classify them by their terms and their degrees. And first we need to understand what terms are. So terms in a polynomial are monomials. So there's that word mono, meaning one. So monomials separated by addition and subtraction. Okay, so a term. When we say combine like terms, we are adding or subtracting combine like terms, right? And terms are separated by addition and subtraction. And each one of those things that's separated by a plus or minus sign is a monomial. So let's talk about the different types of polynomials because they have names based off of how many terms there are. So if there's only one term, then the type of polynomial is called a monomial. We've already hit on this, but there's only one term. So 3, for example, could be that is a monomial, okay? Maybe we have a monomial like negative 17x. That's also a monomial, okay? So it just means that there is only one term in the expression. Maybe you have a monomial like 64a b squared c. Okay, so again, there's no addition or subtraction separating there, so there's only one term, and that is a monomial. If there are two terms in your polynomial, it's called a binomial, bi meaning two. And some examples of binomials, maybe we have like x plus 7. So again, we have terms being separated by this plus sign, and so we have an x and a 7, meaning there are two of them, binomial. And then another example of binomial might be like x squared y minus 9. Again, our two terms are x squared y and 9, separated by that subtraction sign. Okay, a trinomial, tri meaning 3, has 3 terms. An example of a trinomial might be something like an expression of x squared minus 3x plus 4. There are 3 terms in that expression, or maybe we have an expression like m squared n minus 3m plus 8. Again, there are 3 terms in that expression. Finally, when we get up to 4 or more terms, then we just have a general classification of calling it a polynomial, meaning poly meaning many. Okay, so polynomial meaning many. And an example might be like having negative 4p to the 4, or sorry, negative p to the 4th plus 3p cubed minus 9p plus 1. There are 4 terms, and so we just call those a polynomial. If there's 5 terms, 6 terms, 11 terms, we call each of those polynomials. So that is how you classify by terms, okay? So how many terms are there in the expression, and then you follow this chart for the names: monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. The other way to classify a polynomial is by its degree. Okay, so the degree is the exponent in the power. All right, the degree of a polynomial is the highest degree of the higher degree in single terms with non-zero coefficients. So let's take a look at these. So if the degree is 0, then we call that monomial a constant. So examples of constants, maybe the number negative 42. There is no exponent, or the exponent has a degree of 0, so we don't see the exponent. Or maybe 11. Okay, so those are called constants, all right? Remember that anything with a power of 0, so we could say like this 11 could be 11x to the 0, but x to the 0 is equal to 1. So that's 11 times 1, and 11 times 1 is 11. Okay, so that's why it has actually a degree of 0, but usually we just see the constant itself. Okay, if it has a degree of 1, then it is called a linear. Okay, a linear, the degree is linear. And this would be like 3x, because 3x is being raised to x to the first. Or maybe we could do an example like negative 9m. So there is one variable and it is being raised to a power of 1. So like this 3x to the first can also be written as 3 times x, right? Okay. A monomial with a power of 2 is called a quadratic. So we've got an example like 4x squared, or, so there's a power of 2 that's very explicit and you can see it. Or what if you have 2 variables that are being multiplied with a power of 1, right? X times y is x to the first, y to the first. And when we think about that as a degree, this has a degree of 2 because we have to add them together, okay? So those exponent rules come into play when we are identifying a polynomial by its degree. If there is a degree of 3, we call it a cubic. Okay, so something like 11x to the third. Or maybe we have a p squared times r. So a p squared and an r, well, that p squared and the r is to a first, and when you add those exponents, it is 3, so that makes it a cubic. Okay. If we have a 4th degree, we can call it a 4th degree polynomial or a quartic. And so that might look like 5x to the 4th, okay? Or maybe we have, so your exponent is 4, it's very explicit, or maybe you have something like a squared b squared. Okay, so this monomial has a raised to 2 and b raised to the second, and so that's a total of 4. Okay, and then a 5th degree polynomial, you can either call it a 5th degree polynomial or you can call it a quintic. And at this point, once we get past, like even a 4th degree polynomial, it's probably okay with your teacher to call it a 4th degree polynomial. But once we get past 4 and 5, everything after that, you're just going to say, you know, a 6th degree polynomial or a 7th degree polynomial. And we're not really going to use those a whole lot, but just so that you know that they do exist, and that's how you name them. So an example of a 5th degree polynomial might be like negative 9x to the 5th. Or what if we have 2 variables or even 3 variables? Let's do m squared n squared times p. And p is to the first, so all of those exponents add up to 5, and that becomes a quintic or a fifth degree polynomial. Okay, so we name polynomials by terms and degrees, and we're going to take a look at these examples on the next page. And name them accordingly. Okay, so classify each polynomial by its degree, and that means there's going to be another part, number of terms. Okay, so we're going to classify this by how many terms there are in it, separated by addition and subtraction, and its highest degree. And we want to make sure that everything's written in standard form, meaning that the highest exponent is written first. Okay, so for this first example, 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. So first we're going to identify the degree. So the degree is 2, that's the highest it goes. So that's a quadratic. And it has 3 terms separated by addition and subtraction. So we call that a trinomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial. So I would encourage you to pause the video right now, try the next 3 examples, and then check your work with me. In the second example, we have a power of 5, okay? And so that is a quintic or a fifth degree. And then we have 2 terms separated by that subtraction sign. So that's called a binomial, so a fifth degree binomial. In this third example here, we have a degree of 3, so this is a cubic, and it's only 1 term by itself. It's lonely, so we call that a monomial, a cubic monomial. In the fourth example, we have a degree of 4, so we call that a quintic, or a fourth degree would probably be acceptable. Check with your teacher. And there are 4 terms as well, so we call that a quintic polynomial, because once we get past 3, it just means that there are many terms. Okay? All right, in your homework on Delta Math, you're going to see a problem like this. It says, determine if the expression negative x to the fourth y squared is a polynomial or not. If it is a polynomial, state the type and degree of the polynomial. So the given expression you're going to choose here either represents or does not represent a polynomial. In this case, it is a polynomial. It meets our criteria. Something that's not a polynomial is anything that's like being divided by a variable. That's going to be, so that might be something like 7 divided by x. That is not a polynomial. Okay, absolute value bars, so if you have net like 3x minus 6, that is not a polynomial. If you have square roots in your expression, these are not polynomials either. Okay, so those are things that make something not a polynomial. Okay, so the given expression represents a polynomial. The polynomial is we're going to classify it by the number of terms. So this is a monomial because there is only 1 term and has a degree of what? Well, our degree here, we've got 4 and 2, so a total of 6. Okay, so that is what you're going to do for your homework on Delta Math. All right, so take a minute now to answer the question, how is it that we classify polynomials? We classify polynomials by the number of terms and the highest degree when we put it in standard form. Okay, so there are 2 ways. The number of terms and the degree is how we classify a polynomial. So your reflection question for today is to create a list of 3 to 5 words that are important to know for understanding this lesson. So take a minute to do that. Have a great day.